Alright YouTubers, welcome back to War Thunder with the Angry Nerd, and as of patch 1.70, the Americans now have tank destroyers. And we're going to take a look at the 75mm gun motor carriage M3 in this particular video, but let's take a minute and look at the tank destroyer line. Now as you can see, it starts off with the M2A2. But it's not really a tank destroyer, it is a light tank with twin turrets. And it was dubbed the Mae West for obvious reasons. So let's skip right over that. Next is the 75mm gun motor carriage M3. And we progressively get better with the M10 Wolverine, the M18 Hellcat, the M36 Jackson, and down at the end of the line you'll find the T95 Doom Turtle. But let's get back to the M3 75mm gun motor carriage. The 75mm gun motor carriage M3 was a United States military tank destroyer and self-propelled artillery piece used during World War II. The German victory over France in 1940 using armored vehicles profoundly impressed the United States Army. Realizing that defense against tanks was essential, an urgent requirement was issued for the development of tank destroyers for the U.S. Army. In June 1941, an M3 half-track was mated with a 75mm M1897A4, which was an American version of the famous French 75 of World War I. This experimental vehicle was known as the T-12 and worked remarkably well given the speed at which it was developed. Standardized in October 1941 as the 75mm GMC M3, over 2,200 were produced until April 1943. However, a large number of them were converted back to standard half-tracks before issuing to the troops, resulting in only 842 seeing field service. The gun motor carriage M3A1 was a variant that used a different gun mount. The gun had an indirect fire range of 9,200 yards, or 8,400 meters, and fired the AP M72 armor-piercing shell that could penetrate 3.2 inches of armor at 500 yards. The APC M61 armor-piercing capped shell that could penetrate 2.8 inches of armor at 500 yards, and the HE M48 high-explosive shell for use against infantry and other non-armored targets. The gun motor carriage M3 carried 59 rounds of 75mm ammunition on board, and the crewmen were issued a rifle or carbines for self-defense. Confronted with an impending war with Japan, the 75mm GMC M3s and T-12s were shipped to the Philippine Islands in September 1941 to form the 2nd Provisional SPM Brigade. These vehicles saw action during the Japanese invasion of the Philippines, and some were later captured by the Japanese and used against U.S. forces in 1944. The GMC M3 was the most widely deployed tank destroyer in the U.S. tank destroyer battalions during the campaign in Tunisia in late 1942 and early 1943. Although many M3s were lost in these battles, the U.S. Army concluded that improper employment had caused some of these losses. The M3 was again in use in the tank destroyer role in the Sicilian campaign in July 1943. Subsequently, the M3 was phased out of tank destroyer battalions and replaced by the gun motor carriage M10. Small numbers of M3s were used for specialized tasks, such as assault guns with the Rangers of Task Force Sugar in Brittany. Although considered obsolete for use against German tanks, the gun motor carriage M3 was powerful enough to destroy the light tanks deployed by the Japanese, and so the M3 continued to be used in the Pacific Theater, primarily with regimental weapons companies of the United States Marine Corps, seeing action in Saipan, Peleliu, and Okinawa, along with other island battles. Because tanks were not frequently deployed by Japan, the GMC M3 was often used as a self-propelled artillery piece for direct fire support against Japanese fortifications. In 1945, the GMC M3 was replaced in the Marine Corps service by the 105mm howitzer motor carriage M7 self-propelled artillery piece. Now in War Thunder, the M3 GMC is a rank 1 with a battle rating of 2.3. It has a 147 horsepower engine propelling the 9.1 ton vehicle to a top speed of 45 miles per hour. It comes equipped with a 75mm M1897A4 cannon with a reload rate of 6.5 seconds. Although the 75mm cannon on the M3 is a great weapon at its tier, the M3 GMC is best used in a support role. It only has 6mm of armor, and if you get spotted, your best hope is that they shoot you with armor-piercing rounds, and that you get over-penetrated, allowing you to retrograde and reposition. The M3 is particularly vulnerable to artillery, so heed the warnings. Try to find areas where you can reposition when artillery is incoming without having to flee into the direct fire of the enemy. I know that is easier said than done, but I thought it was worth saying. So, now that we have bored you with the history of the 75mm gun motor carriage M3, let's see if we can put any of that information into practical use. Okay, here we go. I tell you, playing the M3 75mm gun motor carriage has not been as bad as I thought it was going to be. The gun makes up for a lot, as long as you can find a good hiding spot. We picked up Jungle Conquest map. I really enjoy this map, and I'm gonna go sit on the hill down around what is it, I4, I2 maybe, like I always do, but I would prefer if I was coming from the other side where the red team is starting from. Not get run over by any friendlies here. Oh, sorry, M3. Don't kill me. Okay, here we go. Looks like we have a Stug heading this way with us. And if he crosses first, that'll be good. It'll give somebody else something to shoot at. But he's going, I don't know where he's going. But I'm gonna cut through here. It doesn't, and I'm switching ammo. Doesn't leave you sticking out quite as far. See, oh no, here we go. Okay, I got him, he got me, but I have a 75mm, he has a 45mm, and we're both basically just crappy little tin shells, so I came out the best on that one. But that was very lucky. That could have ended very bad for me. Would have been a really short video. Actually, it wouldn't have been a video. You would not have seen it at all. Now, instead of going to the right side of that rock where I usually go, I'm going to come and fire between these two rocks and allow me a little extra cover. That was a good hit. Another good hit, but he's still not dead. And is he going to get behind the rock? He did. This guy, I'm going to get an extra shot on before he gets behind the rock. And there we go. Who is that? T50. Way up on the hill. I had no chance of hitting him, but I thought I would give it a shot anyway. Now the gun has remarkably good traverse left and right. I was surprised, but oh no. Don't stay there and let them get a second shot at you. It took out one of my crew members. Good damage on the stug. Another one. Him a little bit more to the front. And he moved just as I was pulling it off, so it's another M3 up there. I just grazed him. Got him. I'm not expecting to hit this, but shoot what I can. Oh, that was a good hit. Good hit on the M3 Lee. Man, I done hit this Lee like 3 times already. Finally. Oh. I was gonna hit him with HE rounds because I over-penetrated him the first time. Right through the viewport there of that martyr. Let's see. Hit him, but just on the side. Still not doing much to him. Killed a crewman. I got no chance at these shots unless these guys are sitting still. Hit off his tracks. Transmission. Got him. I might try it. Nope. Didn't lead near far enough. Need to find somebody who's sitting still. That martyr. Uh-oh, Artie. Not sticking around. Not sticking around. Run from the Artie. Okay, let's come back up. Dang it.
Let's go. Our sector is under artillery fire. The guns reloading.
Get another shot here. Come on, come on, come on. Accuracy is pretty poor. That looks better. And he took him out.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
Just grazed him. One more, come on. Or maybe another one. A kill assist. Dang it, man. Hit the gun shield. Again. I don't know what happened. Almost like somebody bumped me. Now that was an HE round to the side. I'm not finding any targets. There's one way over there. Yeah, I wasn't really thinking that was going to happen.
If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win. Load it up.
Alright, stay there. Missed him. Come on.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Still. Here we go. That looks pretty good. That was a nice hit. Another decent hit. Come on. All right. Nice. I'm not finding anything to shoot at. One crew member down. Let's see, let's take this bomber out and see if we can find something to bomb on the other side of the map. Just park right here. I'm out of enemy sight as long as nobody comes around that corner. And I am not really seeing any red on the map at all. Hostile team has lost all of its vehicles. Well, okay, but there's still something red right here. Let's just throw some bombs in there, just for good measure. So we got one hit off of it. It would have been nice to pick up a last kill there. Enemy kill assist. Alright. I think that is about gonna do it. Just a sliver of red left. I got one round left. Okay, let's take a look at what we did. Oh, what is this? We picked up a Talisman for the M2A2. All right. Nice. Okay. One shot, professional, shadow strike streak, ground wind streak, sniper, heavy metal hero, and a new camouflage pattern. Okay. Destroyed 11 enemy vehicles, 4 assists. 100% battle activity, third place in the team. 29,950 silver lions. And it looks like we picked up 10 player kills and 1 AI kill. And yes, I think we'll go ahead and save this one. Not a bad result. Not a bad result. Okay, so that was a look at the 75mm gun motor carriage, the M3. It really is a glass cannon. Good gun, no armor. So, hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button down below. And subscribe. If you're new here, thanks for watching. If you're already a subscriber, I really appreciate it. It helps tremendously. I'm going to leave some additional links down in the description. If y'all would like to subscribe to some of my other channels, I would appreciate that as well. But as always, thanks for watching. Nerd out.